I know you mix with your ears, but do you ever check the waveform after comp, especially the kick or snare? If so, what's your good shaping envelope? So, no, I don't, simply because I can't. I'm mixing in analog, first of all. So I don't print. And even if I was using, when I'm using plugin, because I don't use analog on every track, if I'm using plugins, I don't print and then take a look at the waveform. And, you know, in Pro Tools, at least when you process something, it's not that it's updating your waveform to whatever processing you're applied in real time. So you would have to print the track and then take a look. I personally do not do it. I don't think anybody should do it unless you are on a learning session, meaning you're not mixing for yourself or for your clients. You just sit there and say, like, I'm going to spend the next 2 hours learning, right? In that case, that is a learning tool. If you still have to get a good grasp of compression or saturation and things like that, I think looking at the waveform can help you. We are visual beings, right? Our first sense is vision, right? And so it helps our memory if we have a visual representation of what we hear. And so, like, for example, you want to see the difference of what happens to your kick drum when you use a fast attack versus a medium attack versus a slow attack or release, or different ratios, then it's a good learning tool. But do not do shit like this while you're mixing, because you're disrupting the flow. That's why you, as you said, you mix with your ears, not with your eyes. Because if you start looking at stuff, it means you're still not confident enough to make decisions. And then becomes even worse if you are questioning every move and wasting time printing and looking at the waveform. So looking at the waveform can be a tool, but only if you set a time and a session in which you sit and you say, like, all right, this is school time, this is study time, and then I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna print 10 different settings on my compressor, and I want to see how they look because it helps me understand better what I'm listening for. It's very much similar to when I showcase a plugin, right? And maybe I exaggerate the settings for everybody to easily pick up. Okay, we are listening for this one, guys, right? And then we back off the settings, and then we still have, our brain knows what to look for.